New York State Senator. We strongly believe that what happened on the evening of February 9th was unconstitutional and illegal. We will look forward to the decision by Judge Pauley. I wanted to commend Judge Pauley for an almost 2-hour hearing with regard to these very important historical issues, and we'll have Mr. Hyman say some words, and then Mr. Monserrate, and then we'll take whatever questions people have formally, as well as we'll hang around for any informal questions. Steve?
I think Norman said it all. We're pleased for the opportunity. We're optimistic with regard to the result. I think the issues are clearly before the court, and we hope that the judge will find what we believe are serious issues that require Mr. Monserrate to be senator again.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I just want to thank the 6 citizen voters that are plaintiffs today for standing up, not only for their rights, but for the rights of the thousands upon thousands of voters from our great community. I want to thank all the constituents that came out here today and engaged in our very democratic process in petitioning the courts and seeing the process firsthand. I am confident about a decision tomorrow. I look forward to the judge's decisions, and I want to thank Judge Pauley and this court for listening to the extensive arguments on both sides, and ultimately I believe justice will prevail.
Senator Monserrate, I wonder if you're being a little bit less defiant in your tone, if you're softening your strategy a little bit, softening your posture, because it seems like you've kind of stepped back a little bit from your decision to run in the special election. Are you toning it down a little bit?
Well, I think that there might be certain restrictions how loud we can be in front of the courthouse. Let me say this. We just came out of a lengthy hearing. I think we're all a little tired for the moment, and we have a bus ride going back to Queens. But I want to say the following. I have faith in our system of government, and I have faith in our courts. This is where citizens go to ensure and defend their rights, particularly in this case against a government action in which we believe is unlawful. I'm confident that at the end of the day our system will work and justice will prevail.
Are you running?
Are you going to run in March,
though?
Are you going to run?
Let me just add one question to Jeremy's, one answer to Jeremy's question. We have been informed by an election lawyer, and we have raised the issue whether or not Hiran Monserrate can in fact run. There's 2 cases that we've written to the court that indicate to us that the representation by the Attorney General's office could be inaccurate. And so we're trying to get clarification on that, and that might be a new point that wasn't here at least a week ago.
Hiran, will you run?
Hold on one second.
Hiram, so are you going to run in that special election?
I plan to run for elective office. Obviously, I believe the action that was taken by the state senate was unlawful, and I've always believed that if not through the courts, which obviously is where I believe this battle should take place, because this is really a legal issue at this point.
What about the special election in March?
Excuse
Will
me?
you run in the special election in March?
The point of today and tomorrow is to allow this process to determine if what they did was lawful or not. After that decision, then we'll make other decisions.
Will you be in Albany on Monday? Will you go to your office? Will you go to Senate when it's in session?
I expect to be in Albany Monday.
And can you tell us what tomorrow, if the injunction is not granted tomorrow, what is the next step? Will you walk us
If the
through?
injunction is not granted tomorrow, then we will face the question of whether or not we take an appeal to the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. And what I always counsel people is you go one step at a time, and hopefully the question that you're about to ask me of would we take the appeal, you'll ask the Attorney General's office tomorrow, because that would mean that we prevailed, and it would be up to them to decide whether they're going to go to the Second Circuit. But cases like this sometimes wind up in higher courts. Again, Powell, Bond, they all wound up in the U.S. Supreme Court. Again, this is a case of first impression. I think this is a case that has historical implications. Okay?
What
Yes.
would prevent him from running the special election?
Well, one thing is that he legally might not be able to run. And there's a case in 1909 and a case in 1989 where the court said that either same or similar circumstances people could not run. So we've written to the judge, and the Attorney General yesterday wrote back to us and assured us that he still can run. But as you heard in the oral argument where I and Mr. Hyman pointed out that that might not be accurate. So that is an issue. And also, if he did run and the machine in Queens decided to go to state court to block him, you would have that issue. So that's something that a week ago was not on the radar screen. But an election lawyer notified us of these two cases. We read them, and that's why it's a new issue.
And by same or similar circumstances, you mean other officials who've been removed from office by their peers were blocked from rerunning for a seat during a special election?
Correct. And when I say same or similar, because many times a case can be distinguished given the facts. In one of the cases, a state senator convicted of a felony and then tried to run in the special election and could not run. So that's why I say similar. It's the same dynamic, but he wasn't convicted of a felony.
Who was that?
Israel, yes. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you all.